Hi YouTube, this is V. I want to give you a really quick update on my Phalenopsis tetraspis. I actually did a video on it back in April. So that I did it in April. So if you watch this video, you will probably know a little bit about this particular orchid that I'm going to show you. So anyways, I have two of these. The video that I did was actually on this little guy. Oh, let me just give you a quick update on this guy. So if you watched the video, you probably remember that I purchased this orchid on eBay, and it came to me sick, completely root rot. I had to cut off all the roots, and it was a really bad transaction. But anyways, because I have been, looking, I always wanted one of these orchids for years and years, and I finally found one on eBay. So despite the fact that it was sick, I wasn't going to give up on it. So I tried my very best, and now it's looking very healthy. Look at the roots. It's very beautiful. I don't have any, pots, so this is actually a plastic cup that I cut many holes. But anyways, when it first came to me, the leaves were wilted and leathery, but now it's really stiff and hard. And this middle leaf is new, and it's developing, lots of root growth. So I'm really excited. But this is still a baby. It's not going to bloom for me for, I don't know, maybe one or 2 years. But I'm glad that it's healthy. So enough about that. Back to my other plant. So I actually purchased the eBay one first, and then I went to the San Francisco Pacific Orchid Show, and then I found out, and then I saw that they have the same, the orchid available. So I was so happy. So I just grabbed it immediately. When I first purchased it, the seller told me that this orchid has never bloomed before, but it's at blooming age. So I was so excited. I was like, yay, I'm going to get flowers. And when I got it home, I think I got it home back in February. So since February, this orchid has put out 3 bloom spikes. Can you believe that? And one of the bloom spike has a secondary spike coming out. And there's tons of blooms on it. And this is a sequential blooming orchid, so I guess you never cut off the spike. And I'm not sure the particular blooming habit of this orchid, maybe, but even though there's lots of little buds developing on the bloom spike, I guess only these 2 blooms developed the fastest. And they are the ones that open right now. So I guess I will have many more blooms to come. So okay, enough about that. Let's put my focus back on the bloom itself. So isn't this gorgeous? This is the reason why I love this orchid. Look at that beautiful red, and then the other petals are white except for that one. But the special thing about this orchid is, let me show you the other bloom, then you'll see why. See? This one is completely white. This is what's so special and beautiful about this orchid. It is that each bloom will look different. Each bloom will be unique in its coloring. So the petal on each bloom can range from completely white, as in this one, to completely red, meaning everything is red. So that means you will have blooms on this orchid in between that range. So this particular bloom only has 1 red petal, while the other one doesn't even have any red. So I guess when the bloom was developing, there's some genetic gene reshuffling going on during the mitotic division, whatever. So that's what so cool about this orchid, and I think that this orchid's kind of, you know, the way I view this orchid is I think it kind of resembled those Japanese koi fish. You know how they have, you know, the silver, gold, or red coloring patches on their bodies, and each goldfish is different with different color patches on their body. And this is I think that the bloom on this orchid is the same thing, that each bloom on the plant will have a different color pattern on the petals. Isn't that cool? I mean, usually when you have orchids, all the blooms on the orchid will be of the same color, will be of the same kind, same type, same look, same everything, right? But not true for this orchid. Like each bloom will be different from the other. What I mean different is, so as you can see, so this blooms, I have seen pictures on Google. If you Google it, some blooms will have more than one petal having the red color, and some petal will only have like a little spot of red on the bloom, and then everything else would be white. So that is just, you know, amazing and cool about this orchid, and it's beautiful. So I really can't wait to see what the other blooms will look like, you know, since each bloom will look different. Yeah, I'm just really happy that this orchid, I'm successful in growing this orchid, because I really, you know, like this orchid. This is my favorite orchid of all the ones that I have. Other than my really cool alien looking one. I'm glad that it put out 3 bloom spikes for me, and I'm really excited and look forward to many blooms for many months. And it's summer and it's blooming time. As you can see, it's blooming time in my house. Orchid blooming season. Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any question about this orchid, let me know. Or have any comments, please let me know. I welcome all comments. And oh yeah, one more thing. I know the pot is, you know, way too big for this orchid, but when I would potted it, this was the only one available. But apparently the orchid doesn't mind that. It's growing nicely, put out leaves and spikes and blooms. Alright, enjoy! Thank you!